guys, and welcome back to another live video. My name is RM, and today we're covering now a lot of discussions for today. We're going to have a short discussion for Cartesian coordinate. So pag-usapan naman natin sa type ng mga selection type, kung ano yung window, kung ano yung cross, yung box, and of course, itatakal natin yung first line, yung first basic object, which is the line, and yung AutoCAD Coordinate System, based on kung ano yung na-discuss natin. And of course, other objects like polylines, rectangles, circles, etc. So, without further ado, let's jump in. So, ngayon, discuss muna natin yung Cartesian coordinate, short discussion na tayo. So, open with drawing. Like ko na to. When you say Cartesian coordinate system, ito yung pinpoint location ng kung saan yun kayo gumagawa ng objects. Like for example, you have nagawa ka ng object from 2 points. For example, para siya lang siyang map, nasa north and east ka. Parang ang sinasabi nito. For example, nasa area 255 ka, sorry, let me explain. Nasa coordinates 500 ka, 250. Ibig sabihin, nasa area ka ng 500 ka ng east, and nasa 250 ka north. So, nasa northeast area ka. So, pag gumawa tayo ng line, man-L, so 500, 250. Around here. Dito ka. Pupunta ka sa isang direction. So, meron area siya, 4 planes. Yung first plane, nakikita niyo dito, if you look at the UCS, ito yung X, this is yung Y, this is a positive value. So, kapag positive value, nandito siya sa right ng X and up ng Y. So, pag dito sa kabila, this is negative value of X and positive value of Y. This, of course, positive value of X and Y. Sa third plane dito, this is both negative values of X and Y. And of course, dito, negative, positive value of X pero negative value ng Y. Okay. Sa angles naman, right now ng line, quick line. Oops. On pala yung to. Okay, gamit yung series. Unlock. So, wow, X. Yes. Masyado maliit. Double click ko lang. So yung pag-ano ng natin, discussion lang yun sa Cartesian, tapos yung angles na pag-usapan naman natin agad. Okay. Natin. Kuha tayo ulit ng text. Wait lang. 0, 0. Yes. Kaya ko pa. Sorry. Wait lang po. Okay. 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 Change ko lang po sa 90. This is 180. Move natin a bit. Of course, this one is 270. For example, yan. So, yung angle na laging ginagawa ng AutoCAD na nadidetect niya is para counterclockwise. So, mula dito, we're creating a line. Ito yung base. So, itong base nyo, 0, 0. So, angle is 0. Counterclockwise into 90, 80, 270. Pag ginawa mo siyang clockwise, baliktad naman. Negative 90, negative 180, negative 270, 0. Tip for you guys. Gumagawa kayo ng lines na below sa mga negative. Usually, ang ginagawa ko, binabaliktad ko lang si angle dito, opposite nito. So, ginagawa kong pagpababa siya, I always use negative 90 angle. Negative 45, negative 135, negative 27, and so on. Yun lang naman. What's next? Next, we'll go for selection type. And some of the basic tools na pwedeng gawin. So, we have navigation. Kunwari, may ito. So, hindi siya kita. So, kunwari, gusto mo i-zoom in. You can, gagamitin mo siya ito. Zoom. Zoom. Zoom extends. Sabihin, ini-extend niya sa pinaka-fit na screen. Zoom window. Try again. Pwede mong gamitin navigation. So, zoom window. Zoom previews. Zoom real time. Zoom all. Dynamic scale. Etc. But normally, if you have kung meron ka namang scroll wheels, may scroller ka naman sa mouse mo, you can just up and down to zoom in and zoom out. Or you can use Command Z for zoom. You can select center, specify center point. Okay. Pwede naman. Explore experiment one by one. You can do that by exploring each of the options here sa pag nag-zoom. How about pan? You can use pan. So, hover your mouse dito. Pwede nyo gamitin ito sa navigation pane, navigation tools. You can use yung pan, the one with the hand. And kapag click left, right, para i-pan mo siya around. Or, you can just use your scroll key if you have here, best option. Or you can use P for pan. Okay. Now, what do I mean sa selection pane? Let me just remove this one. By the way, when you are working in a 3D and you are seeing this is your 3D UCS. So there will be X and a Y, and now there's a Z for the height. So the base point will be 0, 0, 0. Same pa rin siya concept like that before from the 2D. For now, we'll just focus on the 3D. Okay, selection. For example, I create line, we just create line. If you want to select an object, just click on hover yung crosshair into the object. Kung nakita yung nakaputi, select nyo, it will select. Skip selecting, hanggang ma-select nyo lahat. One. Or for example, I accidentally press that one. And gusto ko i-deselect siya. You can do that by pressing shift and select the object. Makikita nyo sa crosshair, there will be a minus sign na magpapakita. So when you click that, you will deselect. So, there's also a command for select, or you can use some of the options for window. When you click from left to right, may makikita kayong parang blue area. May nakita kayong blue doon sa may cross sa gitna ng crosshair. So, select that. So, bakit hindi lahat? Dahil selection ng window type will only select objects that are within the box. However, if it is opposite one, crossing, example this one, it will select everything that everything that touches yung area na pinagdadaanan ng. So best for selection option. You can use those options. Tapping for erase, you can do E. Best options E. You can select objects. Pag mag-erase ng objects, ipapakita when you select yung object, may naka-X, at parang magda-dark yung area para na-highlight siya. So, U for undo, R-E, red, blue. I think you can do redo. Undo. I'm not covering, oops, kasi barely lang ang command na yun na magagamit normally by professional CAD. So, I recommend gamitin nyo lang ganun tool. What else? So, nasa selection type tayo. So, we'll go straight sa AutoCAD Coordinate Systems. So, there are 4 coordinate systems na pwede mong gamit doon. One is absolute coordinate, one is relative Cartesian, the other one is relative polar, and the last one is direct entry. So, discuss natin siya one by one. Okay. For absolute coordinate, from the word itself, absolute, it means you're going to use a specific um, this coordinates kung saan mo ilalagay yung object. For example, creating a line, which is L. Yung, ang sinabi niya, specify first point. So, I'll type in 20 comma, let's say 50 comma 50. It means it will move 50 to the left, to the right ng X, which is the positive value, and it will move up 50 to the Y. And another thing, gusto kong gawin ko yung next object na 30 ang distance from kung saan ako nagsimula to the right. So, pwede kong gawin siya 80, 50 because I just only add 30 sa X coordinates. Take note, be careful on typing. Minsan, pag nagkamali kayo, for example, I type in 8, 50 comma 80. So, nagkamali ako. Control Z. There's another option. Same for undo. U for undo. So, so you can re-type ulit yung correct yung object. So, type in 80 comma 50. And again, I'm going to create object by 50 up. So, 80 comma 100. Then I'm going to the right again. So 50 comma 100. And then you can also type in last point. That's the third point. Last point para ma-close siya 50 comma 50 or na-mention niya dito i-specify next part or C for close or U for undo. So I'll just type C, close. There you have it. Absolute coordinate. Absolute coordinate. Let me erase. I just E for all. E and all para ma-erase ko lahat ng objects. Next is relative Cartesian. When you say relative, it means is directly more on distance to the 2 points of X and the Y. So its format is at X, comma Y. For example, let's redo the object. So L for line, specify point, 50 comma 50. This time I want to create an object chain, 30 to the right. So at 30 comma 0. Next, 50 above, 50 to the north at 0. Because it's a relative, we're not moving any from the X. So we're going to move on the Y. So at 30 comma at 0 comma 50. Next point again, we're going to the left of the X. So at negative 30, remember we're on the negative opposite value kasi nandito ito na yung base natin. Dito tayo bumase. And dito, let me turn up snap forbid. Pag-usap. So, at negative 30, comma, 0. And then finally, to the down at 0, comma, negative 50 or C for close. Done. So later, meron tayong practice later for the application kung paano natin ginawa yung lahat ng objects. I'll be opening another file later. So for now, okay. Next is relative polar. When you say relative polar, it means that you're going to create an object from the distance indicated, and it is based on the angle. The format is at distance less than the angle specified. For example, gagawa ko ng diagonal line that is in inclusive angle of 45 degrees. So I'll add 50 less than 45. So let's do it. So SL for line, 50, 50, start point natin ulit. Gawa tayo ng object at 30 less than 0. Remember yung angle, yung pinakita ko sa inyo yung angle kanina. The one earlier na pinakita ko sa inyo na may yung counterclockwise and clockwise angle rotation, the rotation angle. Yun ang pinakita ko sa inyo. So we're going to use that. At sabihin natin 30 in 45 degree angle at 30, 45 at 30, 90 for the 90 at 30, 135 at 30 less than 180. So at 30, so 180 plus 45, that's 225 at 30, 225. Or, like I said, pwede nyo gamitin yung negative angles. So, best practice ko, minsan ginagawa ko siya is puro negative angle pag pababa ako lagi. So, at 30, negative 135, at 30, negative 90, and then finally at 30, negative 45, or I can just use C for close. Type in C for close. There you go. So, E, alis natin. Lastly, we're going to discuss the direct entry. When you say direct, you just keep typing in. But make sure naka-on si polar tracking. Polar tracking, yung sabihin, it will track the angle base on whatever you have specified dito. And of course, you have to be able to turn on your graphic. So I'll turn on this one, polar tracking. It's F10. And of course, for orthographic, F8. So to go to the settings, OS, OS. So nasa DS or DS. Same. We'll go to the stop and grid, polar tracking. We're going to do the same object earlier kung saan natin ginamit sa relative polar. Incremented angle, just have to drop down. You can choose 90, 45, 32, etc. For now, we'll use 45. Or if you have another angle, you can just type in the new angle. For now, we'll just use the relative to last segment. On the last segment row, object snap and grid. Let's see, input, selection, where did I put that? Ano lang ako? Snap and grid. I think ito yun. I think grid 1. Snap tracking. Polar snap. polar snap. It's polar snap. Polar distance, let's say sabihin ko 30. Okay. Let me so when you create a line, 50, 50. Kung mapapansin nyo, we have a tracker. The one with the green, pag nakikita, if you move around, may binabanggit siyang distance 30, which is I specified earlier do sa settings. I move here 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315. Go up. So I'll just type in. I just move 30, 30. Yun ang pinakamadaling option. So, ano yung pinaka-best option na gamitin minsan? Relatively, hindi ako gumagamit ng direct distance. I'm more on talagang challenge ko lang talaga. But kung gusto niyo na mabilisan, recommended din si direct distance. It will be a good idea. But make sure na naka-on lang si snap, polar snap, tracking, tapos si ortho. Polar tracking actually dapat. So, erase all. Okay, let's close this one. So, let's open. So, let's go to recent documents. So, I have here a drawing. Open ko siya from the start menu. I open a drawing like coordinate system drawing. So, gumawa ko ng drawing na that indicates all the things that kailangan mong gawin. So, I put here notes kung saan kayo mag-start ng mga coordinates. This is a good practice angle. So, don't worry. Magpo-post ako ng ipo-post ko to. I will be posting the file, the actual file on my page. So let's start with actual coordinates. So L4 line, like he said, start point at 70, 20. Got the turn off. Forget stop track. So next point, it says here's a drawing. I am going to have a distance of 20. So I'm going to add 20, hindi siya 20, since absolute siya, plus 20 dun sa x, moving to the left of x. So it's 90, 20. Next, I'm moving 10 to the left, then 10 above. So no, it's supposed to be 100, 30. Again, above 20 again, is another 20. So should be 90, 40. Undo. No, it's not 90, 40. It's 90, 50. No, undo. What's my last angle before? If you're not sure, you can use switching from graphics to command line. Control F2, F2. If you have punctually F2. 90, 30, 100, 30. Okay, it's supposed to be 100, 50. Then going to the left of x and up of y by 10. It is negative. Oh, sorry, not negative 10. It's 90, 60. This I'm moving up again to the left of x, but not moving in the direction of y. by 20. So that is 70, comma 60. Okay. And then next value, I'm going for go to the direction of left of x and down of y. So that's 60, comma 50. Okay. And then I'm moving to the down of y, below y. It's 60, comma 30 by 20. And then 10 moving to the left and 10 moving down of y. So I'm going to type in 70, comma 20, or you can just type in C for close. Then we're done. Next, we're going for relative Cartesian. Format is at x, comma y. So let's start. L for line. Start point, it says here 120, comma 20. So we're just gawa na ako ng, it's just basic part of AutoCAD. We're just going for the basics yet. For the basics first. Before we're moving on for more complicated, more challenging, more challenging part of this AutoCAD. But it is fun to learn talaga. It is very, very fun to learn AutoCAD. So back to the drawing. Set the first point at 120, comma 20. Then I'm going again 20 at 20, comma 0. Then 10 to up and 10 to the left and 10 up. So at 10, comma 10. Next is at 0, comma 20. At negative 10, since I'm moving to the left, and then up of y at 10, negative 10, comma 10. And then I'm going to the left of x at negative 10, comma 0. Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be at negative 20, comma 0. You can use always undo para may, so you ma-retype mo yung correct distance. Next, left of x and down of y. So negative 10, comma negative 10. Undo. At negative 10, comma negative 10. Type yung maling distance. And at negative 20, sorry, at 0, comma negative 20, going down of y. And then finally, at 10, comma negative 10 for the final line, or you can just type in C for close. We're done. So that's 2. We're done with absolute coordinate and relative Cartesian. Next is relative polar. The format is at distance, comma angle. I specify the angle for 45 degrees. So L for line. Starting point is, I said here is 170, comma 20. Again, line 170, comma 20. So 20 at 20, comma 0, less than 0. At what I said here, if you look here, 14.1421 at 14.1421 less than 45. Then at 20, comma 90 at 14.1421 less than 135. Okay, next is at 20 negative, comma 180. No, comma is at 20 less than 180. And then at 14.1421 less than negative 135. Or you can use 225, but recommended, usually ginagamit ko talaga is negative values. Pag is from below, from 180 and above of angle, inclusive angle. And then to the down at 20 less than negative 90, or you can use 270. And finally, 14.21 less than negative 45, or you can use C for shortcut for close. We're done. Last is direct distance. It has note that ortho and polar tracking is on. So let me just 3, 8, 9, and polar on. So TS settings. So I'll change the polar distance to 14.1421. There's tracking on. Still in 45. So just going okay. Let's create another line. Start point at 20, 20. You can use just type in the distance. That's why I always turn on the importance of turning on the ortho. So you can create just straight lines. So just type in 20. And next here is 14.1421. Okay. Do let me check color tracking, object snap. Let me check. Snap. Vision detect. Hold on. Let me check what has happened. I think it's tracked using all polar angle settings. Let me try. Supposedly, meron dapat siyang specific angle lalabas. Absolute. The angle is working. Distance is not yet working. Sorry. Click image snap on. Oh, there you go. It's supposed to be snap on. Correction or to snap. So snap option snap is a way para create ng correct distance. So let's go back to the line L 20, 20. So 20, 40.1421, 20, another 40.1421, 20. You can just, pag the direct entry, you can just type in the command, tapos specify mo yung direction. Since may polar tracking nga, since may polar tracking, it's easier to, you just need to type in, no need to specify a specific angle. So 20, C for close. Then we're done. So I'll just end up here up until the coordinate systems. So far that will be all for today. But don't worry, next week, I will be discussing you new topics and some of the cool tips na pwede kong i-provide sa inyo. So, again, don't forget, continue supporting me by to like, follow, if and share my page at ArtM, and don't forget to put on comments is if you have suggestions, if you have any questions, just feel free to comment in my page. I'll be gladly to reply you, and I'll be glad to help you at all times. Thank you very much for your time. Again, this is Arch M. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, and God bless you all.